You're on.
Good morning. I'm Rose from Grandma Rose's Open Pantry, and today I don't usually cook roast because they're so expensive, but Roy and I found this one the other day. It was $22.91 originally, and it's 3 pounds and almost 4 pounds. We got it for $2 a pound. It was $7.80 for this 4-pound chuck roast. So I haven't cooked one in a long time. And I'm going to do it in the oven. And I don't have a pan big enough well, I do, but I want to do it in my cast iron skillet. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it and just cook it in 2 pieces. So, well, that's hard. I think I got part of the bone. And the way I do mine is I flour mine. Now, this is going to be a pot roast, so I don't care if it's not all in one piece because I'm not going to slice it. I'm just going to break it up in pieces. So I'm going to brown mine in flour, gluten-free flour, on top of the stove. Then I'm going to put a lid on it, and I'm going to put it in the oven for probably a couple hours. It feels real tender, though, so I don't know how long it may take. So I'm going to salt and pepper. It feels real tender. All right. This little piece, I'll do it first. All right. That's onion, salt, garlic, onion powder. I'm sorry. I don't even use onion salt. Garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and pepper. And just season it the way you want to season yours. You cannot put the garlic on it. If you just want it plain, just use salt and pepper. But I'm just putting some gluten-free flour on it. And I'm going to brown this in my cast iron skillet back here. Now this is going to kind of make some gravy over it. And I've got some, I don't have any like fresh potatoes. So I've got some that I canned back here. So I'm going to put some of those in it, but I won't do that till the very last because they're already cooked. They're already done. So my skillet is kind of getting hot. If you want to come over here, Kenny. Okay. I got it on like medium high. And while that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and be seasoning this other piece. The same way, salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. Now this is a bigger piece than the other one because this got the bone in it. Okay. Garlic, onion, salt, pepper. Okay, I'm trying to make this gluten-free this morning, so a lot of times I use brown gravy mix, but I'm not going to use that today because brown gravy mix has flour in it. It has gluten. So I'm going to use my gluten-free flour. Okay. All right. I'm going to wash my hands, and I'm going to come back over here in a second and turn this when it gets brown. And this is my potatoes that I canned, and they are so good. First time I've ever canned potatoes, but they're delicious.
They're low carb, but I lost the name.
Potatoes.
I lost the paperwork on them, and I don't remember the name. But as soon as the new book, seed books come out for next year, I'll get the name and we'll put it. We'll give it to you. We'll put it on our videos.
Yeah, these are the low carb potatoes that we grew this year. So,
they're 25% lower carb
carb
than regular potato.
So as soon as Royce finds the name of them, we'll put it on our, like he said, we'll put it on our one of our videos. Because I've had people ask me what the name of it. I want to show you my beautiful bag. This came from a subscriber, one of my, well, she's like family. She lives in Colombia, South America. She's my granddaughter-in-law's mother. And we met her last year at my granddaughter's when she graduated from law school. And we just fell in love with each other. Her name is Alcira. And so she sent this to me, she handmade this. She made this. I just absolutely love it. And I can't wait to use it. It's beautiful. I don't know how she did it, but she sure is a lovely person, and I sure do love her. I just wanted to show y'all that this morning. Alright, we'll turn this piece and brown the other side. Now, doing it this way, putting flour on it and browning it on the stove, it has a whole different flavor than it does if you just stick it in the oven in a pan. It gives it
It enhances it.
What?
It enhances it.
Oh yeah, it gives it a deeper, richer flavor. So, alright, I'm going to brown this piece, then I'm going to put my other piece in there, I'm going to brown it, and when I start to put it in the oven, I'll come back and show you what all I'm going to put in it. So we'll be back in a few minutes.
My favorite part is the gravy.
Okay, I'm making gravy to go over this. So I put salt and pepper. Let me turn it down. Oh, that pepper. Woo! Now I'm going to brown my gravy. This is gluten-free flour. Gluten-free flour. Okay? You cook it and you cook that flour some so it won't taste raw, even though it's going to cook on your roast.
Oh, well, that's the roast that she browned?
Yeah. Yep. All right. I'm going to put some butter in this just to make it a little bit richer. Okay. Now I'm going to add my water. This was 2 cups of water, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to have to make. I'm going to have to put in there. Because it's going to thicken as it cooks in the oven. And this is some gravy that I made the other day. I'm going to add it to it. And it's going to take some more water. So that was 2 cups of water, and that was about a 1/4 cup of flour. I'm going to add a little bit more pepper because we really like pepper in gravy. Okay. Ooh, that's good looking gravy. I'm going to add a little bit more water. That's about another 1/4 cup of water because I don't want it to get too thick when it's cooking in the oven. Now this is the way my mom always made roast when I was growing up. She always floured it, browned it on the stove, then put it in the oven, put potatoes and carrots with it. But my potatoes are already done, and I'm going to add my carrots about an hour before it gets done because I don't want my carrots to cook the whole time. Okay. I'm going to pour this gravy. It's ready. I'm going to pour it over my roast. I've got my oven set on 350. Okay.
put extra liquid in your gravy because you're going to bake it and it'll dry
Yes,
out.
yes. I don't want my gravy to get too thick. All right. Now, I'm going to cover this. But first, come right here, honey. I've got some onion, and I'm just going to cut these. It's a medium-sized onion. So I peeled it. I cut it in half, and I'm just slicing it like that. Okay? Now, I'm going to put this over my gravy, and I'm going to do another one. I'm going to cut another one because we really like the onion. Okay? So I've just cut the ends off, and I'm going to peel it. Some of them are harder to get that peeling off than others are. And these seem to be hard for the peeling to come off. That pepper is still in my throat. Okay? Medium-sized onion. Cut it in half. Then I'm just going to cut it in slices like that. All right. Put it over my roast, over my gravy. And do this one the same way. Because you can't ever have too much onion. And the onion's going to cook down anyway. Now you can do roast several different ways. You can do it on top of the stove. You can do it in your Instapot. You can do it like this. You can not brown it. There's just lots of ways that you can do roast. This is just the way Mama always did it. And it's the way we really like it. So, I need to get some foil out because I had to change plans. I had to put it, it would not fit in my cast iron skillet. So, I had to get something that it would go. Excuse me, y'all, that it would go in. Give me a second. All right, y'all. I'm going to cover this with foil. I'm going to seal it pretty good. All right, I covered this with foil. I'm going to check it in about an hour, and that's when I'm going to put my carrots in. So I'll see y'all in about an hour. With our roast and potatoes and carrots, I've got some white acre peas that I'm cooking here. I'm seasoning with just salt, pepper, and a little ham that I had in the freezer. And we're going to have some steamed cabbage. So it was just a small head of cabbage. I've already got some cut up here. And I just do mine in a skillet. I'll put salt, pepper, and a little bacon grease in it. And the way I cut my cabbage, I just cut them in little strips like that. And then I just cut them in little bite-sized pieces. And I'll put just maybe a couple of tablespoons of water. I won't put much water in my cabbage and I'll put a lid on them and I'll just steam them until they get ready. And we like ours kind of crunchy. We don't like them. We like them al dente. We don't like them real mushy. A lot of people cook them to death, but we don't like them like that. But I just want to show y'all what we were having for lunch and how I did my cabbage. So you can see about the size pieces. Roy's outside with Mike. They're working. We had a big limb fall our last storm. So they're out trying to get it up. It was a big pecan limb. We save all the big logs because the kids, when it starts getting cool like this, they like to have bonfires, and especially in the wintertime when it gets cold. They've got a little fort out there, and we have like a wash pot, and we fill it put sand or dirt in the bottom and then put our logs on top, and we could roast marshmallows. Last year we even fried fish and hush puppies and we grilled hamburgers and hot dogs out there on a grate on top of the fire. So that's what they're doing this morning. They're outside trying to get that limb up. Okay. It's been cooking an hour, and now I'm going to put my carrots in it. I'm going to put my cover back on it, and I'm going to cook it another hour, and hopefully it's going to be ready by then. I'm going to put a little salt on these carrots because I want to season them, and I want them on top of my roast. I don't want them down in my gravy. So it's real hot. So I'm going to put my cover back on it, and then I'm going to cook it another hour, and we'll see y'all back then. Now this is my cabbage, and I have seasoned it with about a tablespoon of butter, a tablespoon of bacon grease, some salt and pepper. And over here, what I've decided to do with my potatoes, I put some butter in my pan, and I'm going to put my canned tomatoes in it, and I'm going to brown them a little bit. Okay, y'all, my roast has got 16 more minutes, and in my pan right here is my cabbage, and like I said, I put a tablespoon of butter, a tablespoon of bacon grease, some salt and pepper, and I'm just steaming them in my skillet. And right here, I put some butter in the pan in this skillet, and I drain my potatoes. So I'm just going to kind of brown my potatoes a little bit in this butter just to give them a richer flavor. I've got to be gentle with them because they're done and they're a little soft. So, but I'm just going to let them brown. Then I'm going to turn them over, let them brown again, and they're going to be delicious with this roast. White acre peas, steamed cabbage, potatoes. Okay. All right, y'all. My roast is done. I want y'all to look at it. I'm going to put my carrots on the side here. Woo! It is bubbling hot. Can you see that, baby, where it's still bubbling? Because I just took it out of out of the oven. All right. And these onions, oh my goodness. The carrots are done, but they're not cooked all to pieces. Okay. Now I'm going to take this piece out right here. I don't think I'm going to take the whole thing out to taste of it. I'm just going to take this. It's falling all to pieces, y'all. Look at it. It is just falling all to pieces. Well, maybe I can get this piece out too. Let's see.
It'll overflow the plate, baby.
You think?
Yep.
Okay.
Now you can cut it.
All right. All right, y'all just hold on a sec. Just hold on. Well, there's that bone. Okay. That bone is in there.
Just cut that piece out.
Okay. All right. Woo! Some got on my finger. Y'all look at that. Wow. Can't wait to taste this, y'all. I love roast. Love it. All right. That's my carrots. Still got a few there. And now, I told y'all I was going to brown my potatoes. Look at there.
Oh, my.
These are the ones I
Skillet
canned.
brown potatoes. They'd be so good.
All right, y'all. I want y'all to look at this. Skillet brown potatoes, carrots, roast. Let me take some more of my carrots and onions out.
Got some cabbage over there too to go with it.
I do, cabbage and white acre peas.
Oh,
We are going to have us a good lunch, y'all. I just want y'all to see how this is going to look on the table. Look at that.
Looks good to me.
Get some of these onions right here. Put them right there. Y'all look at that. Okay, y'all look at that. Y'all, I can't help it. Woo, that's hot. Maybe my potatoes aren't that hot. Y'all, potatoes need just a little bit of salt. Not much, just a little bit. All right, y'all. This is
good.
This is Roy's plate. Right here.
Well, that's just for starters.
Our carrots, our browned potatoes that I did in the skillet, my roast, my white acre peas, my cabbage, and there's a little piece of ham that I put in those white acre peas, y'all. You talk about lunch.
And of course, now
lunch.
I have to have the gravy because I am a gravy lover.
Our grandkids call his plate a swamp plate because it is full of, I can't stand it.
Over these taters is?
But they call him a swamp plate because gravy is over everything.
A little bit over the peas.
See, he puts it over his peas, his cabbage. I don't know how in the world he tastes anything but gravy. But that's the way he likes
delicious.
it.
That's what I taste.
All right, stop putting gravy in taste. Y'all, these potatoes, woo, they are so good.
This is beautiful.
I just put them in a little butter. Took them out of my jar, put them in a little butter, and kind of browned them a little bit. You talk about a good potato.
Oh my! Now these potatoes and that gravy.
All right, I'm gonna taste the roast. Y'all, it's so tender. It's just falling apart.
Those potatoes roasted, pan fried like that are just so good.
Y'all, I wish y'all were here.
Carrots are good.
Because we sure got enough to share with everybody. I got a piece of that onion. It's hot. Y'all.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Other than 2, 4, 6, 8, it's time to eat.
That's
or time
right.
to 8.
Yeah. All right, y'all. I just wanted to show y'all how I make my beef roast and what I would serve with it. Now, this would be a perfect Sunday dinner.
Now, I can eat a belly full, is what I call it, a belly full.
Now, what would make it a little bit better is to have some cornbread, but gluten-free cornbread. But since we got the potatoes, I'm not going to make cornbread today. And it's time to eat, and I don't want to take the time. So, that'll be another video. It's showing you how I make my gluten-free cornbread. Remember, food feeds the family, family feeds the heart, God feeds the soul. And this is really good, y'all. If you've never made a roast like this one, try it. It is really, really good.
And you had a subscriber tell you about the cranberry
sauce.
Oh,
if you caught my video yesterday where I made the cranberry pineapple carrot salad.
You remember her name?
Mary. Her name was Mary. Yes. And same as my first name. My first name is Mary. And she said that she's a diabetic, but she buys the 50% less sugar in the craisins. And I have used those before also, but my granddaughter had given me some dried cranberries, so that's what I was using But when I buy them myself, I always buy the 50% less sugar. And she said it did not raise her sugar level. So that's just a little note that that
we
some of
appreciate
you
it.
out there, and I really appreciate it. Yes, and I told her when I messaged her back, I said I really appreciate that, and that is something I should have covered on that video.
And I'm going to try to stop eating and behave.
Yeah, because I'm about to fix my plate. So we're picking Promise up in a little bit. But anyway, love y'all. Please share this video,
This is good.
subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, and I'll catch y'all probably tomorrow. We're going to do something else good, y'all.
God bless.